Hello everybody, and I've just got here all of the Blu-ray movies that I've been buying in the month of February 2019, and I've got one DVD as well to show you. These are the ones I've got so far this month. I might get some more if I can afford any. So let's get started. The first one I've got here is a DVD. And it's a brand new John Travolta movie, and it's called Speed Kills. Now I haven't watched this yet, so I can't say what the movie's like, but it does get terrible reviews. But that didn't put us off because I'm a big fan of John Travolta, so I decided to get a hold of this. And I decided to get it on DVD because it's not available on Blu-ray in the UK, first off. For some reason, I don't know why. And secondly, you can get it on Blu-ray from America, but it's about, the cheapest I've seen it for was about 17 or 18 quid. So I didn't fancy paying that much at the minute for it, especially since I haven't seen it and I don't know what it's like yet. So anyway, that's Speed Kills. It's about boats, racing boats and stuff, as far as I can tell. That's all I know about it really. And here's the back cover, and it's got a slip case where it's got the exact same picture underneath as is usually the case when you have slip covers on Blu-rays and DVDs. They usually have the same picture, the exact same cover on both, which is a bit daft really. You get the odd exception, like, but not too many. So that's why I'm kind of baffled why there's so many people who are like adamant that the film must have the slipcover on it when it's exactly the same picture as the one underneath. Anyway, that's Speed Kills with John Travolta. The next one I've got here is an absolutely brilliant film. I really enjoyed this one. I have watched it, obviously. And this one is a film called No Escape, and it stars Owen Wilson in a serious role for once. I think he's done some other serious roles. He doesn't do too many. He's best known for doing comedy films, of course, like Wedding Crashers and You, Me and Dupree and stuff like that. But this one is really good. It's basically about Owen Wilson and his family have moved, I think it's to Thailand, somewhere in China or somewhere, for a new job. And when he gets there, he's staying at this hotel. He goes out to buy a newspaper at a shop on the street somewhere, just not far from his hotel. And when he comes out of the shop, there's a big massive gang coming down this end of the street with weapons and all sorts. And then he looks the other way, and there's a big gang of police with riot shields and helmets on and everything, and batons. And he basically has to scramble his way through the crowd to get out the way of all the trouble. And then he's running around on the streets, and then before he knows it, he's seeing like Americans getting shot through the head in the street and stuff by these people. And they see him, and then they start running after him. So all hell breaks loose. He's frantically running to try and avoid getting caught, because they'll probably most likely kill him, as he's just been seeing other Americans being executed in the street. And he races back to his hotel, and they're still following him. He goes in the hotel, and these people get in the hotel, and they're smashing the place up and killing people in the hotel and everything. And he has to get back to his hotel room because his wife and kids are in there. And when he gets back, he's one of his little daughters is not in the hotel room. She's gone down the bottom of the hotel to the swimming pool. So he has to go and find her through all this chaos and murder going on and stuff. It's a very exciting film anyway, and I highly recommend it. And the picture transfer, the transfer on this is absolutely excellent. Had no problems with the transfer. It was crystal clear. The film was shot digitally, so it looked really good, and the sound was amazing, apart from the fact that some of the dialogue was quite low, and I had to turn it up loud enough in order to hear it. The only problem with that is when the explosions and the gunfire started, it was like big time, like massive, really loud explosions and gunshots flying all over the room, you know. So that was the only problem, like, but the sound was really good quality, like the sound quality, like the explosions, the guns and the music and everything was amazing quality, like I must admit. So I was well impressed with this movie. So if you want to watch a film where you're going to be on the edge of your seat and feeling quite excited while you're watching it, this is a one to get. I think it's a bit of an underrated movie. I think not too many people know about this movie, but it's a really excellent film, and Owen Wilson gives a fantastic performance in this film as well. And also Lake Bell stars in the film, and Pierce Brosnan. There's Pierce Brosnan there with the gun. So that's No Escape, and here's the back cover. This is the UK release version, and it's on the E1 Entertainment 1 label. It's got a few extras as well. I think it's got well, I thought it had an audio commentary, but maybe it's just the American version that's got the audio commentary. I'm not sure. But it's got a few behind the scenes interviews and making of stuff on there and what have you, the usual stuff, you know. But that's No Escape. Next one I have here is a film I watched last night on the big screen in my cinema room. And this one's called Why Him? And it stars Bryan Cranston and James Franco. And I forgot the girl's name. Zoe Dutch, I think she's called. And this film was really good as well. It's very funny in places. The story wasn't the strongest story in the world, but it was still quite entertaining. And also Gene Simmons from Kiss and Paul Stanley both turn up near the end of the film. I'm probably giving a bit too much away here, but dressed in the full Kiss makeup and costumes and everything. Because Bryan Cranston's character is a huge fan of Kiss in this film. I'll not tell you too much more because I'll give too much of the story away, but it's a really good film. Like I say, it was very entertaining in places. The story meandered off a bit. Like the story, like I say, it wasn't the strongest story in the world, but it was still quite entertaining as the film went along. There was some bits that were way more entertaining than other parts of the film. But I really enjoyed it actually, and the picture quality was fantastic on this. It's in 1:7:8 aspect ratio, so it fills the whole of your cinema screen without any borders on the top and bottom of the screen, just little tiny ones. And the sound was really good as well. Had no problems with the sound, and it was a very colourful film as well. It was shot digitally, I think, on the Arri Alexa camera. So anyway, that's Why Him. I highly recommend this one if you're fans of good comedies. It's got a lot of bad taste humour in it, I must point out, like, and there is a lot of these devil satanic hand signs in the film, done by James Franco mainly, and by Gene Simmons, of course, when he turns up, and I think Bryan Cranston does it as well. They always put them sorts of things in Hollywood films though, but you know, that's standard procedure these days, most of the time anyway. But that's Why Him, and this is on 20th Century Fox label, and this is a UK version as well, and it's got the slipcover, as you can see here, the exact same pictures underneath. Hang on, let's come right off. That's it. Right, so that's Why Him. Next one I have here is another film I haven't watched yet. I just got these literally the other day. And this one stars Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer. And this one's called Snatched. And I think this is about a mother and daughter who get kidnapped while on holiday somewhere. That's pretty much all I know about it. But it's got a slipcover again, with the exact same picture, of course, underneath. So that's Snatched, and this is also on 20th Century Fox. And there's the back cover of this. It's like a sort of a matte type finish on this slipcover. Slightly shiny, but it's not dead glossy. It's not like, you get some matte ones which are terrible. I hate them ones, but this one's not too bad, to be honest. I got this one at a bargain price of £3.45, brand new actually. I was quite surprised to see it that cheap. It doesn't get too good reviews. Well, it gets mixed reviews on Internet Movie Database. Some people love it, and some people seem to hate it. So I'm not sure which category I'll fall into yet, because I haven't watched it yet. But I'll probably, yeah, I'm probably pretty sure I'll like it, because I like Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer. But you never know. It might be so bad that I can't like it. So I'll check it out anyway. So that's Snatched. Next one I've got here is another one starring Amy Schumer. This is a newer one, the one she did after that one, I think. And this one I went to see at the cinema a few months ago with my best friend. And sadly, since a few months after we went to the cinema, he passed away. And it's very sad, of course. I didn't mention, I should have said this earlier on my channel, but he was called Anthony. And I did some videos, some of me ghost hunting videos and paranormal investigation videos. He starred in, he appeared in some of those videos with us. And it's really sad that he passed away, of course, but so I'll always remember this film really well, because this was the last film I went to the cinema to see with him. And this one's called I Feel Pretty. He did actually want to see Solo, a Star Wars story, that day when he first arrived at my house to ask us if I wanted to go to the cinema. But I didn't really fancy Solo much. So he let me pick the film myself, and I picked this one at the cinema. So I went to see this one, and he quite enjoyed it. He gave it 3 stars out of 5. He was laughing quite a bit during the film as well, as I was. And we both enjoyed the film. And it's, like I say, it's really sad that he's no longer around, of course. He will be very sorely, sadly missed, of course. So that's I Feel Pretty, and this is a good film. It's about a girl who isn't too confident about her appearance because she's a little bit overweight and stuff. And she's trying to get slim. She's keep going to the gym and stuff. And then one day she has an accident on the exercise bike at the gym, and her hair gets tangled up in the wheel, and she whacks her head off the side of the bike and the wheel and that. And then suddenly when she comes round, she looks in the mirror and suddenly she sees herself as looking perfectly slim and attractive, and basically looking a lot better than she thought she looked before. And this gives her this amazing confidence and personality boost, and she was going around being happy and cheerful and brushing off on people in a really positive way. And she actually gets a boyfriend as well for the first time in God knows how long. So I found confidence because of what's happened. She just thinks she looks better. She doesn't actually look any different. So with the knock on her head, it's made her think that she looks like slim and everything. So it's just an illusion she's under because of the knock on the head, I think. But it's a really good film. It's very funny, very entertaining, and it's got romance in it as well. So what more could you ask for, eh? So that's I Feel Pretty. And this is on a label which I haven't heard of before, called STX Films. And I think this company made the film as well, or they were involved in the making of it, or releasing of it, or something like that. And this is a UK Blu-ray version. And I'll just show you the disc, which has got the same picture on. I forgot to show you the other discs. Oh well. I'll try to show you the disc from this point onwards. So that's I Feel Pretty, starring Amy Schumer. And also Lauren Hutton's in this, and Michelle Williams. And Michelle Williams is virtually unrecognizable in this film. She looks totally different. I didn't even recognize her. She's putting on a different voice. I think she's lost quite a bit of weight. She looks very slim, and her hair's different. You can't really recognize her. She looks completely different. That's the girl that used to be in Dawson's Creek, and she was in Halloween H2O and a few other films. So anyway, that's I Feel Pretty on UK Blu-ray. Next one I've got here, and I forgot to mention, I only paid £5.60 for this, brand new, off a company called Zoom. It had a discount on it, which I didn't realize until I added it to me. Well, clicked on buy it now. It come up with a cheaper price than what it said it was. It was supposed to be £7, but it came out at £5.60 because there was a discount on it for some reason. So anyway, I did quite well with that one. So the next one I've got here is another comedy, and this one stars Mila Kunis and a few other people. I think what's her name? Christina Applegate's in it as well, and Jada Pinkett Smith. And I'm not sure who the others are, but anyway, this one's called Bad Moms. This one only costs us just over £3 something, brand new. I believe you can get it in some of the Poundland shops now, but it's second hand in Poundland, I think. But this one is brand new, so just for over £3, so that wasn't bad. I haven't watched this one yet, so I can't tell you what it's like. But it's my sort of film, I think, so I should enjoy it. I think it's got like a romantic comedy type thing. I think it is, I'm not sure. Some of they are anyway. It's a comedy, definitely. And here's the back cover. A few nice pictures on there. And there is a few extras on here. Deleted scenes and stuff. The usual stuff, gag reel. So that's Bad Moms. Right, the next one I've got here is a similar film to that one, I think. Not that I would know because I haven't seen either of them, but they look kind of similar. And this one's called Girls Trip, which stars Queen Latifah. Also Jada Pinkett Smith's in it as well. She's in both of these films by the looks of things. And I'm not really familiar with the other ones, really. Regina Hall. Yeah, I know her. And Tiffany Haddish. I've heard of her, but I'm not really familiar with her, really. So that's Girls Trip. About a bunch of girls who go to New Orleans to a music festival or something. And they get up to all sorts of shenanigans while they're there and on the way and stuff. And this has got one of them crappy back covers with the ultraviolet code on, which I don't really like at all. But it's at least got some pictures on, but they're pretty small. And I think it's got some special features. I don't know if you want to freeze frame that, if you want to see them. So that's Girls Trip, and I got this one. Actually, I got this free by accident. I'll not tell you how, but it's a bit complicated. But basically, by sort of some complicated happenings, I managed to get this free. I was supposed to pay for it, but things went wrong and I got it for free. So that wasn't bad. I did alright there. So that's Girls Trip, and this is another UK Blu-ray release. Next one I've got here is the one that if you're familiar with Big Paulie on YouTube, he absolutely loves these films. He's a huge fan of them. He's got posters of them all over his wall. And this one I've got here is 50 Shades Darker, which is the sequel, obviously, to 50 Shades of Grey. And I saw this one at the cinema when it first came out at Bolden Cineworld, and I enjoyed it. So obviously I was going to get the Blu-ray when it came out, which I have done because I've got it here. And this one is a Australian import because, and this is brand new, I got this, because the UK version is actually quite a bit more expensive than this Australian import. So obviously I went with the Australian import because it was only £4.69, I think, brand new, from a company called Jim's Vinyl and Media Store on eBay. So if you want to pick one of these up for yourself, head along to eBay, to Jim's Vinyl and Media Store, and you get one of these for £4.69. Well worth picking up. And this is the Unmasked edition, which has got an extended cut of the film. I think there's 2 cuts of the film on here. And it's also got quite a few special features, which I can't see because they're really too small to read. And I've just realised I forgot to put my glasses on. So damn. I just realised just at this moment, because I tried to read that I haven't got my glasses on. So maybe I should rectify that, although it's a bit late now, isn't it? Although, never mind, I'll put them on. Right then. Still can't read it. It's like, I haven't got enough light on it to see it. It's like black on sort of bluish grey colour. So here's the back cover anyway, and Kim Basinger, or Basinger, or whatever you want to call her, is also in the film. That's her there. She crops up at some point during the film. And it's a pretty good film in my opinion. It's very well shot, like the decor and the lighting and the sort of sets they use and the sort of architecture and stuff in the buildings and everything. It's all like very elaborate and sort of pristine looking, if you know what I mean. It's very like expensive buildings they're in, you know, like rich people's places, you know, that stuff like that always looks good on camera, especially if it's shot well, you know, with good lighting and everything. So this is a very good looking film. I haven't actually watched the Blu-ray, but it looked really good in the cinema. So that's 50 Shades Darker, and obviously it stars Dakota Johnson. I can't remember his name, but she's Don Johnson's daughter, for anyone that didn't realise that. So that's 50 Shades Darker, and this is an Australian import, and there's the Australian certificate down there, MA15+, whatever that means. So next one I've got here is the sequel to 50 Shades Darker, and this one's called 50 Shades Freed. And this is actually the UK version, and this one comes with a slipcover, and it's one of those type of matte finish ones, which I'm not that keen on. I prefer the glossy ones, to be honest. The one I had for Snatch that I showed you just before there, that had a semi sort of matte finish, but it had a slight bit of sort of glossy texture to it. This one's not as good in my opinion. I mean the slipcover, not the film. The film's really good. I've seen the film. I haven't watched this Blu-ray version yet, but the transfer is supposed to be pretty damn good on this, because I read the review on Blu-ray.com, and they give it a rave review for the transfer and the other one. And this one's got quite a few special features as well, and it's also got a bonus disc with some more special features on, I think. I don't know if there's special features on both discs, but there's definitely a bonus disc with special features on as well, so not a bad set. I think the bonus disc's just a DVD as far as I'm aware. I'm not 100% sure on that, like, but I think it might be. And I got this one at an absolute bargain price. It was actually cheaper than the other one from Australia. This one was only £4.26, brand new, delivered. And this was from somebody on eBay whose name I can't remember, unfortunately. But anyway, it was brand new, so I can't complain. And it's got the same picture underneath as per usual with these slip covers. Well, the back cover's terrible. The back cover on the DVD was way better than this. Actually, the pictures are different on the one underneath. Well, the picture rather. There's a better picture there than the one that's on the slipcover, because it's got the two of them out sunning themselves, and he's rubbing some suntan lotion on Dakota Johnson's back. But on the DVD version, that picture was bigger on the back, which I preferred. Bigger. I prefer the pictures to be bigger rather than little tiny pictures on these covers. I actually prefer the way the covers used to be on VHS tape releases of films. They always had like the original artwork that was on the poster for the cinema most of the time. And they had better layout of artwork pictures on the back and stuff than most of the time what's on the Blu-rays and DVD versions. There's the odd exceptions, you know, here and there, obviously, but most of them are like this with a bloody ultraviolet code across the back, and who wants to see all that, you know what I mean? They should just put a leaflet inside the case or something. You don't need all this on the actual cover, you know? But anyway, what can you do? So that's 50 Shades Freed, which is a very good film in my opinion. And as I mentioned, Big Paulie absolutely loves these films. He watches them over and over. He can't get enough of them. So anyway, I've just got one more, and then I've got some other ones actually that I got without the case or the covers. I got them at bargain prices. They're just in a little sleeve. The ex-rental from lovefilm.com. And they've got like just a little picture of the cover on the sleeve with some information about the film and who's in it and the running time and stuff. But anyway, here's the last one I've got with a case. And this one is a horror movie which was written by Stephen King, which was originally a mini-series version starring Tim Curry. But this is the new film version of Stephen King's It. Now I did watch this one, and I watched it on the big screen in my cinema room. The transfer was pretty good, but the film, I must admit, was pretty sick, in my opinion. Because it's basically all about scaring children, torturing children. And the film actually opens with a little kid who's running down the street, and it's raining, and he's got this paper boat which he's put in the gutter, and it's running down the water in the gutter, floating down the street, and he's running after it, and it goes down a drain, and the little boy looks in the drain trying to get his boat, seeing where his boat is, and the clown, the clown, the scary clown, is actually in the drain, and he starts talking to the little boy. I'm giving a bit of the film away here, I do apologise, but I must mention this because it's pretty bad. And then he talks to him for a bit and everything, pretends to be all friendly and everything. And then he says, and the kid says, "Oh, I have to go now, I better get going." He goes, "Oh, don't you want your boat?" And the kid says, "Oh, yeah. And then he's a bit reluctant to try and grab the boat off him because he doesn't fully trust him because he looks all scary and everything, obviously, and he's in the drain, which doesn't exactly help the situation. And also, he decides to try and grab the boat off the clown, but just as he goes to do it, first of all, the clown pulls the boat back so he can't grab it. Then he has another go, and this time he grabs it, but the clown opens his mouth wide and all these teeth appear and everything, and he bites the kid's arm off and there's blood all over the shop.